What were the long-term effects of the containment policy? What were the long-term effects of the containment policy? This question takes us back to a time when the world was divided by ideology. The containment policy was primarily a strategy by the United States to stop the spread of communism during the Cold War. Its effects were felt long after the Cold War ended. One major impact was the rise of proxy wars. These were conflicts where the superpowers, like the United States and the Soviet Union, did not fight each other directly. Instead, they supported local forces in countries like Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. In Korea, the war lasted from 1950 to 1953, resulting in millions of casualties and a divided nation. In Vietnam, the conflict escalated through the 60s and ended in 1975, leading to significant loss of life and a changed political landscape in Southeast Asia. Afghanistan saw a similar situation in the late 70s and 80s, where the Soviet invasion led to a long and brutal conflict supported by the United States. The containment policy also created a polarized world. Countries were often seen as either capitalist or communist, which simplified complex national situations into a binary view. This division overlooked many nations' struggles for independence and social justice. Many countries attempted to carve out their own paths, but the pressure from both sides often forced them into conflict. Moreover, the policy led to increased militarization. The United States and its allies justified military interventions and support for authoritarian regimes as necessary actions against communism. This often meant backing governments that suppressed genuine movements for social change. Such actions undermined efforts for equality and justice in many regions. Interestingly, containment also had unintended consequences within the communist bloc itself. While the goal was to isolate and weaken communism, internal issues often played a larger role in its struggles. For instance, ideological rifts emerged between countries like the Soviet Union and China, showing that communism was not a single entity. Despite the efforts of the containment policy, communism found ways to expand in various regions during the Cold War. Southeast Asia and parts of Africa saw the rise of socialist ideas, demonstrating their appeal despite opposition. However, the policy did manage to limit communist influence in Western Europe and other strategic areas, shaping the global balance of power for years to come. In summary, the long-term effects of the containment policy were mixed. It led to wars and interventions that caused immense suffering, but it also revealed the contradictions within capitalist efforts to suppress socialism. The determination of various movements to resist domination and pursue their visions of change continued, highlighting the complexities of global politics during and after the Cold War.